What's going on, Sagittarius? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the greatest, Sag, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. In fact, I'm changing up the interest for this weekly ones a little bit because I've had a little, just had this like kind of this spur of energy. It was just like I want to change the title of this a little bit. So this is going to be your weekly download there, Sagittarius. I haven't gotten any dance moves or anything yet, so stay tuned for that. But with this weekly download, whenever you happen to come across this video, maybe this video finds you there, Sag, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said there, Sag, let's jump into it. Actually, hold on 1 minute, Sag. It sounds like they're doing some yard work outside. Hold on. Alright, that feels or sounds a little bit better. But Sagittarius, your space has been cleansed. Actually, let me pull that down a little bit. Bam. Crystals. Feeling lovely. Just wonderful energy all around here, Sag. Now, I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, Sag, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching their Sagittarius, so definitely check them out. Very fantastic energies that they bring. I think you would enjoy them. There's some links for some astrologers that I like watching. I've been vibing with one very, very much so here lately. Molly McCord, she's a gem, and actually there's the other one, she's a Sagittarius as well, so maybe you'll like her energies too. And then there's some links for some apps that I like working with as well. They're Sagittarius, so there's got a whole bunch of tools down there, and just all types of resources, so definitely check that out. But let's go ahead and get into your first card here. Oh, and look at you. All right. So, Sagittarius, you got the Pendulum of Balance here. I dig it. And with this card, this is a card of life is a dance of contrast. Seek equilibrium in your emotions and decisions. And with this energy there, Sagittarius, wow. You know, I feel that life is just, we are constantly trying to find this state of balance in our approaches and things. And I feel that when you go about making your decisions, just paying attention that you are coming from this kind of balanced state of mind there, that there's this, that we're not in this sort of like reactive state, let's say emotionally here, or you know, or just like we're maybe even like even cutting out emotions altogether, just kind of like thinking more rationally, not really considering how we feel about something. That I feel like there is this kind of, it's giving me this sort of balance here between like the King of Swords and the King of Cups energy, having that head and that intellectual wisdom and that emotional wisdom as well. Two very contrasting energies, but together it's like that kind of left brain, right brain. When they're both operating together, then there's wisdom that's happening. You know, there's this there like when the energies are in sync. And I feel that if things have been feeling like they've been throwing you out of balance there, Sagittarius, I feel like it's one, finding the source of that imbalance. You know, what is it? Is there something that's going on internally that's happening there? Maybe there's something that's happening in our environment. And what are some steps that we can do to in order to change the situation? And keep in mind too there, Sagittarius, I feel when it comes to, you know, if this is something like externally that's happening there, we may not be able to control our, maybe the things that are happening to you or that are happening around you, but we can control how we feel about them and then come again from that balanced approach there before we set aside and just leap, you know, but let me get some tarot on this, Sagittarius, and get some details with this. Because I even feel for some too, there may be some sort of turmoil here. It's like we feel like we need to do something here, but it just like something doesn't. If there's like this apprehension that I'm even kind of feeling with this card, like there's just like maybe it's just like it may be we may need to make some hard decisions in the moment, but in the grand scheme of things, it's gonna pan out there and make sense. But let me see. Yeah, let me get the rest of your cards here before I get into that. Interesting. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Let's see what's going on with this energy here, Sag. Oh, there's my girl. All right. So you have the Page of Swords and the Death card in reverse here, Sag. And then you have the Empress, the Fool, and the Eight of Swords upright. And I feel with this Eight of Swords here, I feel like there is something here that I feel like that we're feeling trapped in some sort of way there, Sagittarius. Like, there's either like a certain mindset that we're blocked in, or just like we're really, I feel like, in our heads with this Page of Swords that's being in reverse here, and it's preventing us from making some sort of change here with the Death card. Maybe we're having troubles letting go of something, or maybe I just feel like that there's this extra that's needing to come here, where we need to maybe make some some tough choices that, again, in the short term, they may seem not so ideal, but in the long term, they're going to provide this Empress energy, the state of abundance, and the state of things kind of coming together here. But I do feel like for some, there's this need to make even like a because if this is not like a decision that's needing to be made, I do feel like there is this energy that there's like a certain idea or a certain frame of mind that we may have been kind of locked into here, Sagittarius, that's really kind of thrown us out of whack, that maybe is preventing us from seeing the abundance around you, in a sense. And we need to almost like take this kind of leap of faith with the Fool here and explore what this blockage is, where these thought processes are hindering us or keeping us pigeonholed. And keep in mind too, your thoughts become things there, Sagittarius, and your ruler has been in this Taurus energy for a while and will be there till towards the end of May. But you've been in this sort of like needing to establish this sense of security, and maybe there's something been going on with our self-esteem, because that's something else that Taurus energy deals with as well. And even just thinking too with the Empress, Venus is, depending on when you're watching this, Venus is still in your sign. Granted, she's getting towards the tail end of this energies, but she would have just been forming a square aspect with Neptune not too long ago, and there's just maybe even been this sort of confusion as far as like where we need to go next, where we need to go, like something like I feel like we're needing to be more, I don't know, like more realistic about, or something like that. But yeah, whatever this turmoil is there, Sagittarius, I do feel this Death card here, in order to get out of this cycle here and start something fresh, something new with the Fool, we're going to need to see what are some things that we need to let go, what are some thought processes that are maybe holding us back, and just really make sure that you're taking care of yourself emotionally, feeling your needs, making sure that we are taking these breaks and not like kind of forcing our way through, and not and not dealing with something here, like something is getting like needing this Empress nurturing type of energy there. But all right, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave that there, Sagittarius. So something to think about, don't stress about, but definitely something to think about. But let's get another oracle on this, Sag. Alright, Sag. Let's see what else is going on here. Ooh, interesting. That's a great way of getting some balance, because you have the island plural, yeah, islands of serenity here. Because why not have multiple islands there, Sag? And with this islands of surrender or serenity, this is a card of find pockets of peace amidst life's chaos. They are your sanctuaries of rejuvenation. And so, with this imbalance that's going on here, Sagittarius, what do you do to find peace amidst all the changes? How do you keep track of keeping this abundant mindset when things aren't quite going your way, or you're met with these challenges? And I feel that for some, there's this energy of needing to maybe find, kind of strengthen this relationship within ourselves in a sense, and to be able to, I'm feeling like a need to learn like maybe some like coping mechanisms or something along those lines, and really learning, finding like healthy outlets to process maybe these more kind of tougher emotions that come up, or these tougher thoughts that may kind of be pervading, or that be keep kind of running a loop in our heads. And this could be, Sagittarius, maybe we're getting into practices of meditation, or maybe we're, because one thing too, just even thinking with that, Saturn is starting to move along into Pisces, and that's been forming squares with your placements. And squares are tougher energies; they prevent delays and things. And this could be needing to go within, communicate with Source, and find out why it is that we are feeling this thing. Like I feel like when we're able to make that peace, then the answers start becoming more revealed to you. And keep in mind, Sagittarius, being Jupiter ruled, you are a very spiritual sign. You're associated with the ninth house, which deals with that spirituality, that sense of things, something bigger than yourself. And I feel that you can find a lot of sanctuary in that kind of intangible place there, that but it's like, it's not looking outside of yourself for peace, but looking within and finding this, and like calming this storm. This one definitely is giving like a definite King of Cups here that's coming through. But let's get some tarot on this and get some details. Because I even feel that like I'm getting even like a kind of a high priestess energy, where I feel like your intuition has been telling you, ooh, and there you are for me, King of Wands. But I feel like something has been telling you that something's been off for a while, and it's like maybe we've been ignoring this feeling just because it's been a tougher thing to deal with. But now we're at this place where we can't ignore it anymore, and it's like it's become this bit of a beast. But let me get the rest of your cards here. Alright, Sag. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, so you have the Nine of Wands in reverse, and then you have the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, the King of Wands, and then the Justice card here. There's a lot of heat, a lot of energy that's coming through there. And I feel with this Nine of Wands that maybe we're at this place where we're feeling burnt out there, Sagittarius. There's been a lot that we've been going through there. You know, a lot of decisions as far as like, I need to go this way, I need to do this thing. You know, we're at this crossroads with the Two of Wands where we want to put our energies. And now I feel there's this, with this Justice card here, it's almost like whatever this is that we've been ignoring, it's like it's a time to face this thing head on in order to close out this. And it's like I even feel like it's like we're in some sort of like something like karmic that we may be kind of dealing with in a sense, or something that is just like we've may have put, seeing like how maybe our like emotional responses and things have maybe produced a certain effect that hasn't been to your liking there, Sagittarius. And I feel like there's maybe even a need for some to just kind of get away for a little bit. Whether this, and if we can't go on like a, let's say like a little sabbatical, or maybe go on to like on like a little retreat or something like that, maybe getting out in the woods or something, just making more time to kind of journey within. But I do feel this King of Wands is getting a plan. Like I feel we know something, a big shift is that, because the King of Wands is really big energy. This is, again, this is your card for me, and I feel that there is something that we know is needing to change, whether this is a way that we're operating, maybe this is a certain, I'm even kind of getting a little bit of devil vibes that's even kind of coming through there. But it's just like, what do we do with these insights that are coming your way there? What are the, how are we going to assuage this imbalance? And I like that we're talking about this balance too, with the Justice card being here, Libra, one of the signs that the Empress does rule. And Libra is not, there's this energy that, we think Libras are so balanced. And no, Libras seek to be balanced. They are not a balanced sign themselves, despite what Libras might think. But I do feel that they do consider options. They weigh the scales, and it's like, is this way that what we're feeling, is this worth what the energies are? Is it worth staying in this energy, or do we want to tip the scales in a different direction? They're like the analysis, I feel like, of when things are, they're good at noticing when things are in balance, and what ways that we can provide in order to adjust this thing and to restore that sense of balance, to get used to that fluctuation, and considering all our options there. So hopefully that makes sense there, Sagittarius. But I think I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. Now let's go ahead and get your last oracle card. Oh, all right. Okay, thank you, spirits. So you have the Vineyard of Growth here, Sag. And this is a card of, just as grapes transform into fine wine, experiences ferment wisdom over time. And I feel that with this energy is, I feel like whatever this is that we're going to need to be changed, this isn't something that is going to happen overnight. I do feel this Vineyard of Growth is a reminder that abundance in this energy does take time, and that there are times where we're going to go through some things, or we're going to make some mistakes along the way. But I do feel like that all of these experiences come into they're going to culminate and come together and be this abundant of wisdom. It's kind of like Capricorn energy. There is a type that, they're the achievers of the Zodiac, and they have to put in, they know that things aren't going to be, there's instant gratification is not really a thing, and we've become such, and let me not say it's not a thing, but instant gratification only provides this only quick kind of dopamine hits. But it's in that long-term type of work there, and putting in this, tending to this vineyard that produces, and you're the vineyard in this metaphor there, Sagittarius, that produces this thing over time there. And I feel like that these experiences that we've gone through, those times of turbulence and things, they start to make sense as to why we needed to go through that, because they spurred this energy of change. They expanded your mind, they changed the way that you were thinking. And I feel like this growth, even with this Three of Wands, it's like I'm getting this, like, things are around the corner in a sense, but it's just like, as soon as we start to embrace this transformation, embrace this cycle of change, we'll start to notice growth, maybe not as fast as we want, but faster than we are kind of assuming there, Sag. It was kind of like a Nine of Pentacles type of energy with this Vineyard of Growth. But let me get your last tarot cards here and get some more details with that. Alright, Sag. Last little bit here. Alright, so you have the the Three of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Knight of Swords upright. And then you have the Ace of Wands in reverse here, Sag. And let's switch back over. Excuse me, because I feel with this, again, this Ace of Wands being in reverse, I feel that there is something deep down in us that's knowing that we need to change something up here. That there's something that it's like it's needing us to, because in the Knight of Wands sometimes there's this, and this one is a good depiction of that. Usually there's like this knight that's going uphill and there's like the winds are facing against them, and that's what I feel like is going on, which like we're gonna need to have this sort of like mental fortitude when we're going about tackling this, whatever this imbalance is there, Sagittarius. I do feel like it's something that is, it's really just getting us in maybe we've been in this like kind of melancholic type of state, or this depressive type of energy, this real kind of sad, somber type of energy with the Three of Swords, or if it hasn't felt like things have been able to celebrate, or maybe we've been just really been going through these harsh times. But even just thinking about that, this is Saturn in Libra, this Three of Swords, but Saturn's exalted in Libra. He does very well in Libra, and I feel that it is, because even just thinking about like Libra and relationships, this is feeling a little more abstract. I feel like it's less about relationships with people and more about our relationships with who we are in these certain vibrations when we're in these tougher types of energies, and kind of meditating and making peace with that energy with the Four of Swords there, that understanding that this is a part of the process, this is a whole part of the experience, and that again the energies aren't just keeping you down there, because after this Three of Swords, the Four of Swords is Jupiter in Libra, and now we're getting to this sense of abundance. We're getting to this where I feel like we're understanding this, how we can kind of work with these changes and these transformations there, and having a more tempered response to certain situations, and not getting this where we're just thrown, where the scales are thrown just all out of whack here, Sagittarius. So I do feel like this Four of Swords here too, if we've been maybe having trouble sleeping as of late, maybe this is something that we could maybe even write about possibly, or do some poetry, or find some ways to kind of get to the roots of this. Maybe we do this through art, or maybe drawing, or, and I will say one more thing with this energy here, Sagittarius, and not that I'm not, trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not trying to, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? My language is Sagittarius, due to lack of a better word. I'm going to, I did this with Scorpio, so, but I don't want to shit on your favorite music or anything, but I do feel that there is this thing of paying attention to the stuff that we're listening to as well, because maybe that stuff might be throwing us into this turmoil as well. There might be, and not even just music, maybe the stuff that we're watching as well, just, and maybe we even are getting into this kind of comparing energy, as far as like how come we're not further along with this growth, or just something I feel like to be just something to kind of pay attention to there, Sagittarius. But I think I'm gonna leave that there near my mind. That I don't do that often, so it's like I feel like it's fine. But if you like that, Sagittarius, if something resonated with you, give it a thumbs up, and share the Sag if you know someone who's been struggling. Haven't been able to maybe have the coping mechanisms to deal with when things really get chaotic, or get in this reactive state, or not really seeing the bigger picture in this. I feel like in that vineyard of growth there, and understanding how that does spark something new. But And then subscribe there, you Justice card. You Empress. Hit that bell button to get notified on all these videos each week. And then last little bit there, Sag. Check your sun, moon, risings, or if you have any Cancer, check your sun, moon, and rising and see if you have any Cancer in them. And if you do, come on over to the Chariot and friends. I do videos. It's a Cancer exclusive channel. My sun signs in Cancer. But if you, yeah, it's a Cancer exclusive channel. Or you could just come over there, Sagittarius. Your ruler's exalted in our sign. So we'll, and I know a lot of Sagittarians, like a whole lot. But yeah, come on over. I do tarot card spreads based off the what sign the moon is in, what phase she's in. It's just lunar shenanigans all around. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here, Sag. And you have the Ace of Coins in reverse. And I feel with this Ace of Coins that this is... I feel like this is asking you what you're doing when you know, like, when things are in balance. Do you see this as an opportunity for growth, or do we almost, I don't want to say throw away the coin, but I feel like that it's, I almost feel like it's like we let, instead of tending to the weeds, let me get my candle lit here. It's like instead of tending to the weeds, we just kind of let them overgrow and kind of just. But then there's still this state of panic. We don't like the weeds, but we don't do anything about them. And I feel like this Ace of Coins is an opportunity to realize that if you pay attention to where these energies are thrown out of balance, this is an opportunity for growth. It's just we have to see it for the abundance that it is, even when it is a tougher experience there. But let me get your other oracle card here so I can get you out of here, Sag. Alrighty. Huh. Interesting. Alright, so you have the earth energy here, Sag, and your ruler's in an earth sign right now. But I do feel that maybe for some I feel like there is this heavy sense of needing to ground ourselves, especially when we feel this energy, when we feel these imbalances. Sit with that. Process that. Maybe even literally get out there, get your feet on the ground, sit on the ground, whatever that is. Come in contact to earth, and maybe even just sort of just like, like almost like in a way, like I'm picturing you just kind of pouring these energies, this frustration, these intense emotions, and just allowing the earth to feel your resonance, to kind of help heal you in a sense, to get you in that island of serenity. What does your happy place look like? Maybe this is just getting outside more to process, because I feel like fire energy is one that does need to be moving. And sometimes when we get in this imbalance, we don't move. And so this could be making it more of a point to just like walk and just sort of think, weather permitting, or even just maybe doing some yoga, even possibly just understanding, tuning into the body more, tuning into this earthly vessel here, and just seeing how you connect with this physical plane. And then I feel like when we approach it maybe from something like working with our bodies, then we can take those intangible feelings and see how they're translating within us so that we can produce some more tangible results in a sense. So, but yeah, Sagittarius, I think I'm going to leave that there. A little something to contemplate, but you stay safe out there, with these reactive energies, and yeah, just be very mindful of that, where we're operating from and being in that state. And you raise your vibration to the roof. Empress, do some self-care, sit with this, do some meditation, take care, help get yourself back into the state of balance, do some, and show some, be compassionate with yourself as well. We may feel like we're behind or something in this moment, but you're exactly where you need to be in this point of time, and things will grow from there, Sag. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.